heart. I want to quickly communicate to people that don't have value for life, value for people. I remember when Yobi was ministering, because one of his program that we just listened to. He said, where there is no value, abuse is inevitable. What you don't value, you lose. Access is a gift, it's not a right. When somebody allows you to, you should be rolling on the floor and be grateful. You don't abuse access. And listen, where there is no value, abuse is inevitable. To have access to someone in your life, can you just treasure that relationship? I understand that some of us, when we go through storms in life, when things happen to us, we lose our mind, we lose our brain, we are not composed, we are not in order. But still and on still, put yourself together and tell yourself access is a privilege, is a gift. I was looking at the life of Rose, Naomi, and Oprah, and I just had to sit down and say, wow, because of pain, because of trauma, because of rejection, death took her husband, death took those two boys, and the next thing is for her to lose her trophy. Ladies in the house, hear me today, this is She Matters. Don't lose your trophy because someone is saying rubbish or messing up or talking nonsense. Because listen to me, she was the one that introduced God to those two girls, Oprah and Ruth. I'm reading 1 Samuel. Well, let me go back to Ruth chapter 1, then I'll go back to 1 Samuel later. She brought those girls to God, introduced them to the God of Israel. They were from the family of an incest in the land of Moab. You remember Ruth, Lot, that had to go to Sodom and they messed up themselves and married, I don't know, the wife turned back to become the pillar of salt, and they had two girls, and those two girls followed their dad, and they said, well, what? We don't have a man to relate with us. Let's have our children, our dad, to have a relationship with us. And that was a problem. They slept with their dad. The two of them gave birth to two generations, the Ammonites and the Moabites. And God was so angry. He said the Ammonites and the Moabites must not appear before him for 10 generations. Another place in Numbers said forever. And God, in his mercy, picked Ruth. And Naomi introduced her that to rewrite history, that changes times and seasons, but because of pain, because of trauma, because she has lost some things. Well, you can't blame her, but the point is that, these women that did all of that, they don't have the privilege that we have. And she said, well, girls, Luke chapter 1 verse 16, go back to your God, to your people. Just leave me alone. I don't have a future. I'm finished. She was actually vomiting the voice of her pain to those two girls. But thank God for one person who understood the dynamics of access, who appreciate the gift of relationship. The Bible says, Ruth said, you don't understand, I'm not leaving. Where you go, I go. Where you die, I die. Your people, my people, your God, my God. Wow. And that was a turning point. If you don't understand that if you have access to anybody, it is not a right, it's a gift that God has given to you. Before we knew it, Ruth followed. In Ruth chapter 1 verse 16, the mother-in-law said, you don't have a future, there's nothing that has come to do with you, you are finished, you can't even have a child. I can't even be pregnant now to give you a man. But in Ruth chapter 2 verse 2, she said, let me go and look for leftovers. I'm coming back. This is She Matters with Olufunke Adetiberu on Fresh FM 105.9, right in the city of Ibadan. Can you just do me a favor? Please don't listen to this program alone. Call your friends, send a WhatsApp. Please let somebody sit down and please help me to interpret. Sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming if I have to start interpreting and, having to communicate this to everybody. Please do me a favor. You can interpret probably towards the end. I can round it up, speak one or two Yoruba, but please interpret. Let somebody listen to what we're saying. Life is not a right. Life is a privilege. You are breathing naturally is not a right. Some are breathing through an oxygen now as I'm talking. They've been given their life sentence and they go to die. But look at you. Can we just appreciate life as we go on this music break? Thank you for listening to me, guys.
Mommy, there's your right. Oh, I'm like, with your
coming down. You're distracting.
Please the Lord, but you don't really
because I feel
care for music.
Ṣé wọ́n ṣe ẹ̀ àwọn
Yeah,
goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah.
And she likes it.
Thank you. I can write it. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching.
So I felt more that I can go there. Camera. Here is the camera.
Okay, but Marie, don't
You
worry.
know what I'm saying?
Saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair.
I welcome you back to Shimata's Belufunke on Fresh FM 105.9 in the city of Ibadan. Like I said, I'm so passionate about access and gifts of relationship. If you don't value anything, you're definitely going to abuse it. That is exactly what happened. In Ruth chapter 2, verse 2, she actually went to look for leftover. She went to do odd jobs, my Yoruba will say, and that was exactly what she went to do. But she made a statement that was very strong. She said, I will go and glean on the field of whose my apps will light. That is a very strong word. Despite the fact that don't forget, she had nurtured a sickly man for 10 years. And she was barren for 10 years. Helper and Ruth got married to a man that was called sickly, and the other husband was wasting away, pining, they're dead, as it were. But something very strong happened. They held on to God. Orpah held on to God. Ruth held on to God. But you know one thing I've noticed, in life, when you are pressed, it is what is inside of you that will come out actually. Because the two of them had a relationship with God. The two of them were told to go back to their God, to their people. But listen to me, ladies in the house, they're listening to me today. Life is personal. Don't let anybody push you out of destiny, no matter what. A lot of you have a challenge. They have to be in a clique, they have to be in a group, they have to choke their lives up with people. Anybody that is not adding to you definitely would take away from you, would subtract from you. Apart from that, any relationship that you have to struggle to be in, please excuse yourself. It's not by force. Recently, I was somewhere ministering, and one elderly woman, I was preaching for her. And I was just too tired to eat. I was tired, the time difference, everything. I was really, really tired. And I needed to rest. She wanted us to go for lunch. Excuse me, I was not ready to go for that lunch. I was tired. And she was worried, thinking that she has done anything, she has offended me. So when she came to meet me in my hotel, I said, Ma, you are 60. We celebrated your 60th birthday. Any relationship you have now, and you cannot be yourself with that person, forget about that person. You don't need that person. She's not necessary. He is not necessary in your life, because relationship is a gift. Access is a gift. She said, wow. I said, true, ma. You don't, if I'm making you uncomfortable, making you restless, you have to walk on eggshell, you have to look for everywhere to make sure that I'm pleased. Excuse me, can you just live my life gently and let me be? And you've lived your life for 55, 60 years. Let's say 55 years that you are mature to have a friend, and you cannot enjoy that relationship, forget it. You don't need it. Orpah kissed and left. Life is a personal adventure. She left. And Ruth told her mother-in-law, I have to go. Don't forget, no husband. Husband is dead. Married for 10 years. No relationship, nothing. And yet, she said something. She said, I'll go to the field of whose my apps will light. And that was the turning point, because our relationship with God is solid. If you don't know who you are and whose you are, you will mess up with your life. And when she got there, why is it that Boaz came to the field that day, to his business office that day? Amazing. God ordered her step, and God ordered the step of a good man. The Bible says they are ordered by the Lord. When God ordered your step, He will make you to stumble at the field. You know what Boaz said? Boaz said, well, she has been going around, she has been struggling, she has been going through pain, but something is going to happen here. Don't stress her. Give her a handful of purpose. Don't mess with her. You guys in the work front, don't do anything nasty. And something that shocked me, when she noticed that she took so many things home, she had everything. Oh wow, she said she went back to Boaz to thank him. I said, thank you. And the man said, no, you don't have to thank me. I've heard about the good things you've done. She never saw that access, that privilege, that opportunity, that open door, that favor that she received. She never saw it as a right. I want you to think very deeply. Anyone that does not value you will not value the gift of your person that you've given to that person. Please take that person off. Shut the doors of your access. I'm not saying you should be bitter, but shut down. Just close up. And ladies, hear me. Hear me very carefully. You want to belong? I was telling someone, I said, if a chameleon, a studio, we have green, we have red, we have black, we have beautiful colors here, right in the studio. If a chameleon drops into this place now, it picks all the colors. It doesn't have a color. So if you try to want to be everybody, you just lose your color. You lose your identity. And mob has no identity. My name is Olufunke Adetulero. This is She Matters with Olufunke. I just dropped that word for you to think, because thinking makes a man. If you're not thinking, you'll be thinking. Take time to think about what I've just said. Please appreciate access, appreciate relationship. Nothing is a right. Breathing now, being able to sit here in the studio is not a right, it's a privilege. I appreciate the gift of access, I appreciate privilege. Every station, Evangelist Nkadriel Ayifele, my brother, thank you for making impact. Thank you for touching lives. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for adding value to your generation. I really appreciate you. Well, we're going to take some questions after this music break. We're just going to go on music break so that we have a lot of questions, like I said, and I'm working on how to answer all our questions, but I'm just trusting God that I'll be able to do a little bit of justice to some of the questions that we have. Well, I'm not here alone in the studio. I have Tolu is going to be asking those questions. Larry is also with me in the studio. They are a wonderful team that came with me this afternoon. After the music break, we're going to be answering some questions. At least we just take few. Then we'll see how we go today. Thank you for listening. I'll be right back after this music break. Thank you. He alone is able to receive all our praises and glory. If you learn to give God the praise, if you praise Him, He will definitely raise you. Gratitude is an act of the heart. is an act of the heart. When you are grateful, it's something that comes from the heart. Gratitude is not from the head, it's from the heart, and that is the truth. And that is why you see some people when they are not just grateful, they are not. It's not from their heart. And when your heart is not right, your future is not colorful. If you look at people that receive help, maybe you are struggling, you need help, and help is not coming your way. You don't have a right heart. You don't have a right attitude. People that receive genuine help from God, they have a right heart. They have a right attitude. Those who receive help from men, they have a right heart and they have the right attitude. The heart of the matter is the matter of the heart. So if you want to check your life, please check your heart. Why are you doing what you're doing? What is your motive? I've seen a lot of things that rocks me on this earth because people's motives are not right. And if you have a wrong motive, honestly, favor is not going to be around you. That's the truth. Because favor is attracted to people that have a good heart. Well, this is She Matters with Olufunke on Fresh FM 105.9 in the city of Ibadan. People are calling us already. We are not picking calls yet. Yes, we want to take few questions. I will encourage all listeners, if you have a question, you can just hold on. If you have the privilege to have access to us when we want to open our lines, that'll be fine. But if not, you can send us a text on 080-232-42389. You can always send us a text, then with your questions, we'll definitely get back to you on that. Yes, Tolu, the first question.
Okay, ma. This question goes like this. Good day, ma. I am 2 years younger than my wife, but I told her that I am 2 years older than her because she once told me that she hates one of her friends that was dating a younger man. So now that we are married for a year, she wants me to do my 40th birthday and make it pronounced. I don't know how to tell her that I'm actually 36 while she's 38.
Wow, good question. Well, there's so many reasons why we have to lie before we go into a relationship. Several reasons. I will just probably bring one or two out because of time. Number one is insecurity. Number two is low self-esteem. All of them are encapsulated. It's just like a capsule inside each other. Then number three, deceit. Now let's take the act of low self-esteem. If you are from a family that is very, very dysfunctional and you don't have value for yourself, you will lie. And the danger in this is that something has happened to that relationship and it scares you. So when you're looking at a crumb end, check. Something has happened in the area of trust. I used to use this very simple illustration about trust. I'm sitting on a chair now. You're watching us on Facebook, enjoying the program. Thank you for love. Just share it. Please help us to share it. I appreciate everyone watching, and please love this program. Now, this chair I'm sitting on, probably while the program is going on, the legs gave way and I find myself on the floor. It will happen. I'm holding myself properly. And it happens like that, and I'm on the floor. Of course, I will quickly jack up and dust myself and try to finish my program on air. And the CEO was so unhappy. I said, wow, sorry, ma, how did it happen? Sorry. And the chair, this same chair that I'm sitting on, is flown to America or London, wherever they got it from, took it straight to the factory, repair it. And I saw that they actually bought a ticket for the chair. I'm just picturing it, for the chair to go for repairs, and they bring the chair back before next Sunday She Matters. Honestly, if I still have to sit on this chair, I will still check if I'm safe, and that is trust. The moment you allow trust to be violated in a relationship, something had died in that relationship. You may be conscious, you may not be conscious of it, because a woman that you like to about your age will doubt you in the area of finance. We doubt you in the area of integrity. We ask, this one that says he's 38, and he's 40 and he's 38. He can have a child outside and I will not even know. And that's why we have to build our relationship on trust. Listen, age is in the mind and God has no wristwatch. If you are 2 years older than the lady, whatever she says, the reason why you actually fell for it and you told that lie was because you are not secured and you are afraid of losing her. Now listen, anything you use a lie to build, you are still going to destroy it at the end of the day, because you need another lie to cover another lie to protect another lie. You keep mounting up lies. And that's why the Bible says in marriage, they were both naked and they are not ashamed. If I were to be you, I'm going to arrange a private meeting with my wife in the night, probably 2 a.m. Just wake her up and tell her that I have a confession to make. And please forgive me. Ask for forgiveness. And tell that woman, because I love you, there's no reason to lie. That's the truth. Because I love you and I don't want to miss you, I don't want to lose you, I apologize. I actually told a lie about my age. Your wife will forgive you because you went out of your way to apologize and to tell her. But if it is on a birthday, or the wife is saying I'm going to, or she now does an anonymous birthday. Some people do surprise parties for their spouses. I say my husband is 40, and somebody just come from the family and say, Haralia is just 38. Man, you will not be able to clean the mess, especially if your wife is a thinker, because she's going to hold everything to her hands and she's going to make sure that she did not forget the lie that you told. So please make a time out, or you can just tell your wife, I want to take you out for probably a night. If you have a child, give your child to your mom or your mother-in-law, somebody to love your daughter or your son for you, and take your wife out or take your husband out and take yourselves out and go and do a personal confession. And listen, if you can actually test the waters. So if you think, if I told you something that is not true before, how do you handle it? I remember I had a program that they were asking us a question: how far should I tell my spouse when we are married? This is one of the answers to it. Actually, you need to apologize. You need to let her know that you're really sorry, and tell her that she can trust you. You know how that trust can be built. She will have your password. She will have your PIN number. She has everything that has to do with you. I know I have another question that has to do with my Facebook account and all of that. We're going to read that, but she has to be able to trust you. You have to be as transparent as possible. As a matter of fact, when you are somewhere, if she decides to do a video chat, that some people that they just call you on video, they want to know where you are. You better allow. Don't say, why are you doing video? Let her know that you are now an open book. And I believe trust can be built back. But please, don't let her discover. Tell her now, as I'm advising you. It's just a wisdom. It's just wisdom, and a lot of wisdom to bring that out quickly before it becomes a time bomb or an accident that is about to happen. I hope I've answered that question. Well, we'll take one more question, then we'll take in some calls. If you're calling us on our program today, you're going to call us on 080-3232-1059. I think that's the one I know of in my head as at the moment. Please make sure that we have callers already. Oh my please, let's pick that call before we take the next question. Hello? 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 Oh my God, we lost that. Please, if you are calling us, can you just move away from your radio set and make sure that nobody is... Hello, sir. Who is on the line? Where are you calling from? Okay. Go ahead with your question. Yes. Yes, sir.
But during our courtship, I always noticed that I always have an issue. And whenever me and my wife want to go at something more serious, how to plan our life, or maybe preparation of how to plan our life, we always have nice arguments, please, we are saying, I want to do this. So at the point, the argument was much that I decided to call off the relationship.
You mean the wedding date, or call off the whole relation? The wedding date. Wow.
If we are acting like this before we have not gotten married, when we got back, that means it will be grateful. So, but she told me that if I leave her, that she would commit suicide.
That is manipulation. Go ahead.
She was doing gradually. So I had to get married and finally. But recently now, the challenges are facing. Somehow, I've never changed. The way I relate with parents very well, I'm the type that plays with either male or female. I interact with the level. Somehow I noticed that she seems like she became overprotected. Whenever she's being put with an opposite sex, maybe talk with an opposite sex, or wave hands, or maybe become a serious problem in the house.
Now,
And so,
yes, sir. Please, can you? No, don't worry. I'll answer the question. Please, can you do me a favor? You can go on the radio. I'm going to take time to dissect that question, and I'm going to help you, sir. Now, to start with, naturally a woman is possessive, and honestly, you protect what you have. That's the truth. But if it's becoming overbearing, then I'm coming to that. Now, if you are in a relationship, nobody changes in relationship. I've told the younger ones, anything you don't change it, you cannot change it in marriage. And as a matter of fact, everybody is Eddie Murphy, Jackie Chan, James Bond, Baba Suwe in courtship. We are all actors and actresses. Nobody is real in courtship. If you are the type that sleeps and you snores, if you have the opportunity to come to your spouse's house, you will be waking up 2 minutes so that you will not snore. If you are the type that in that house you are so dirty, I mean, your undies is everywhere, the socks on the dining table, the boxers is on the chair, and all of that. When the person that is going to get married to you is coming, you're going to put everything in order. I just gave those 2 inferences so that you will know that people are actors and actresses when it comes to relationships. So whatever you've seen in that woman when you were courting is the same thing you are going to live with for the rest of your days, and that's the truth. Now, people can change because there's need for counseling, there's need for somebody coming to just mediate. And listen, when you have problems or challenges in your home, don't discuss with your family members. They are not going to help you. That's the truth, because blood is thicker than water. Go to a neutral person, and never marry a man or a woman that is not ready to subject himself or herself to counseling, to another mind, because we all know in parts, nobody knows all. Somebody that will be able to see you through and ask you questions and help you to, without prejudice, without biases, to help you to manage your relationship. Now, coming to the issue of being extremely overprotective, can I be honest with you? I've said it before, and if you have been listening to She Matters, I always talk about trace it, face it, erase it, and start replacing it. If you check where that lady is coming from, for her to be almost being suicidal because you are saying you are no more interested in her, it means that there is a serious issue of self-esteem and a serious issue of insecurity. She found you as her small letter God, and she believes that you are all that she has, so she doesn't want to lose you. That is a very strong one here. Number 2, because she's having issue with her self-worth, self-esteem, her values, and she's only validated by you, she will do everything to make sure that you did not slip out of her hands. That is also important. But the most important thing that you will do as a man is that, can you just respect her feelings, respect her person, appreciate the fact that she's owing to what she owns. I'm choosing those words. But that's what she has, and she's owing to it. And please, if you have to relate outside your relationship with her, please get those people involved. I've seen men that relate with opposite sex and their wives cannot even come in and get involved. If you want to be my friend, I'm a woman. If you want to be my friend as a man, you must be my husband's friend. It must be family friend. The moment you are not my husband's friend, you are relating outside me, is questionable. You are giving me the room to doubt your integrity as a man and doubt that relationship. If we are going to have a family friend, the person will be our family friend. And you know what? Your wife is your cover. She's actually protecting you. When we lost a great woman in this country, I saw the husband. The husband said, you know what? Bimbo was my cover. She was the one protecting me of strange women. And let me be honest with you, men, take it or leave it. When we are married, sometimes we are attracted to other women because by the time you are married to your wife, you would have seen the one or two weaknesses. And listen, everybody has weaknesses. Nobody is perfect. By the time you now come back to see, the weaknesses of your wife, you want to feel that emptiness and vacuum in another woman. And that's why you see some men, can't you see Mrs. Lagbaja, can't you see so person, see how she's behaving. It's because the person is not living with you. So I'm teaching balance here, sir. Try as much as possible to carry her along, make her comfortable if she's possessive, because listen, now you have given her the wedding ring, she's your own, she has a right, is a covenant right, sir, as a married woman, to hold her husband, possess her husband. Now I need to balance it here as a woman. Now every woman, if you don't want to die, you want to live, you want to see good days, there's no need poking into your husband's life. If you poke into his life more than that, if he's going to be acting out, he's going to be acting out, and you are just going to be killing yourself. You're going to give yourself unnecessary blood pressure and stroke and hypertension, and life is short. So I will encourage you, wherever your husband tells you, whatever he tells you, or wherever he tells you to go, please enjoy the boundaries and shut that part down and tell yourself, it's my husband, he respects me, as long as he's not I've seen men that has brought women into their matrimonial bed though, and yet the women are not dead. So if you are privileged to have a man that is not pushing you to your nose and say, well, excuse me, this person, if you want to, whatever you want to do, go and do, she's my friend. If your husband is still giving you that space, please enjoy it. And stop looking at his phone. Stop. You are not his mother. That's why most men don't like to be controlled, because they have seen their mom control them over the years, and you want to control them. They're going to run away and move away from you. That's the gospel truth. I think I've balanced the question. Thank you for calling. Yes, let's pick another call. Hello. Please, no contribution, is only questions I want, please. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling. Yes, sir. Go ahead. You ran away from your home for more than a year. What happened, sir? Okay. Wow. 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 Sir, you cannot be tired. No. Hello, sir, I'm listening to you. Thank you so
And
much.
what I'm going to do is for the family as well, for us to see, because I can't just put it down. They are fully friends with what we do. Fully common. Even the rent, the house I rented, the partner of the house I'm staying another. The name of the house is I am Saturday.
Thank you, sir. I apologize for what has happened, and I sincerely appreciate the fact that you could trust me with this information. Well, sir, marriage is responsibility actually, and when you find yourself in a relationship, whatever happens there, you must have put an effort to make sure that it works. If it doesn't work at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. It's not every relationship that will actually work, and I've seen that over 3 decades. But in this case, I think that she's just married and she's not matured, because there are 5 women in the life of every man: the mother, the sister, and those two important people in your life, she has actually hurt them. But I will still encourage you to forgive and let go. You know why? The child that you have in that marriage, you are truncating the future of that child. Forget whether the parents are involved or not, or they are not contributing properly, or they are doing something that is absurd into the relationship, or saying something. That's not the issue. You are the pilot of your home. You are the driver of your home. You are the architect of your home. You determine the atmosphere of your home as the head. Whatever happens, you can come. Now that she's actually wanting to come back, that's a good one. You can seek help. Two of you coming together, taking responsibility. I'm sure for her to be and wanting you to come back is a sign that she's a little bit penitent and she wants a relationship back. I've seen people that have done worse, they've done anything, they've slept around, they've had affairs with evidences and proofs, and they're still telling you, what have they done? Why where is the love? Why can't you love them? I've seen cases that sometimes it puzzled me, but in this case she's kind of accepting the fact that she's wrong, and she wants her relationship back. Can you just let her, give her another chance? That is number 2. Number 3 is this: can you tell your parents, your mommy and your siblings, to get out of that relationship? It is not their business. The Bible says, therefore a man will leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife, and they will become one flesh. The influence and interference of these people has actually brought the headache to you. That's the gospel truth, because they are important people in your life, but those people should understand that if you are happy and you have a home, that is where the joy comes in. And every mother-in-law hearing me, if your daughter does that to you in a marketplace, would you daughter her? I'm not speaking that right English. Would you disown her? She's your daughter, ma. Ẹ jẹ́ kó tán síbẹ̀. Let grandma forgive and forget and let it go, so that your son can be happy. It's going to get worse if he keeps having headache, taking all the analgesic, as he has said on air, and at the end of the day, one day the headache comes and there's no woman to give her water when he's coughing in the night. It's going to worsen the relationship. And if you think there's another woman there that is better than her, you are joking. I told us, like you said, you got married to a woman that you don't know who she is. Everybody is Eddie Murphy, Jackie Chan, James Bond in courtship. We all act when we are courting. So it's better you handle this one and let us manage this one and bring healing and reconciliation than losing this relationship to add to the pain and the trauma of our generation, if you are the one that is going to get the relationship restored. Sir, you can send me a text, because the relationship can be restored. You can send me a text on 080-232-42389. 080-232. That's my private number. I promise you, sir, please don't call me, just send me a text. I'm not exaggerating, over 1,000 text messages in that place that I have not opened. I apologize. I've been out of picture for some time, and that's why we've not even had the heart to come to calling. So please, just quickly send me a text and tell me you are the one. I just believe that you need a little bit of wisdom and understanding to manage your mother, your sister, and your wife. They are very important people in your life. And the way I'm sensing it, I'm perceiving it, your wife is ready to make the marriage work, and the marriage can work. You know, when you get to a doctor, sickness is not a sickness, it can be handled. It's not a timely disease, as it were, it can be handled. Thank you for trusting me with your life. So I will expect your text message on 080-232-42389. Yes, the lines to call on Fresh FM 105.9. We're taking some calls on 080-3232-1059, 0807 in 4 places, 777 1059. And if you are calling us outside the country, it's 080-922-1059. Yes, let's put another call. Okay. Well, before we pick that call, somebody asked a question on YouTube. Okay, we have a caller here. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon. Who is calling up? Where? Okay, thank you for calling. Go ahead. Please move away from your radio set so that I can hear you properly. Thank you. Yes, move away a little bit from your radio set so I can hear you properly.
I'm not even listening to the radio.
Okay.
Not correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, so go ahead.
In 2006, I got married.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. But we were matchmaking.
You were matchmated. Okay, they matchmaked you. Okay.
Yeah. By pastor's wife. But when the man doesn't talk, he's not a talking person. But people have already called me once because I came back from Lagos to come and respect this man. So this man immediately on our wedding day is the reception. We started having misunderstanding. Seriously, because of cake, somebody said I called cake. And I told him you like to come to the cake. You know, that's how
Like a plate to cut the cake and put so that the bride and the groom will eat.
yeah, no, for somebody that helped us with the decoration.
Okay, okay.
So then 2 weeks after, I was spreading clothes. I washed clothes. I was spreading it outside. Just came in. I come. I said, let me quickly. He told me only a sit down. And I was in one abusive relationship before I met him. So the woman that matchmade us was telling me that this man can never do that. He's a born again Christian. He has been working in the church for the past 25 years. Everybody knows him. Is this, is that? Which I think that somebody that Gio's wife can really say he's a good person. I didn't pray about it. That's where I did it.
Please, just hold on. Let me quickly say something here. I want to speak to all the leaders. I want to say this to all pastors that are hearing me. I personally, Olufunke, I don't believe in matchmaking. And I don't do it. And I want to encourage them not to do it. Because I know, don't be angry. You know, you only give what you have, and that's the level of understanding. But with what I'm saying now, I believe so much that it's going to be so impactful that the Bible says, whosoever find a wife, find a good thing. It says, no, whosoever find a wife for somebody has found a good thing, has obtained favor from the Lord. It is better for you. You can tell them, okay, greet this person, but insisting on matchmaking is dangerous. Some people have gone on a suicide mission because of matchmaking. That's number one from that side. Number two thing is that the reason why you could easily get irritated or so could be because you are not healed from your past relationship. Let me be honest with you. Most second, third, fourth marriages hardly works. I've seen people that are divorced. They got married again, they are divorced. They got married again and they are divorced. Why? Because they have not been able to process the pain of the past relationship and the hurt of the past relationship. So, whatever is going to happen now, you have to sit down to heal your pain and heal your wound.
Let me continue with what I'm saying, ma'am. So last year, when the marriage was, he started beating me and abusing me. You know, maltreating me like I'm not wanted. Like I was forced to marry him. Or he was forced to marry me. So I left him last year, August. Yes, it's almost a year now. He didn't beg me when I was packing. When I was packing, said if that's what I want, because I always cry. My BP is always high. I had 2 miscarriages.
Wow.
Yes, in his home. I was bleeding. That's what made I was bleeding like this. Our lung was soaked with blood. He said he's not a doctor. He left me said he's going to his mother's place, and he left. He did not check. It was my neighbor that came to take me to the hospital.
And he was in love with you at the beginning.
He's not. I don't think he's not. There's one that knows.
Okay.
So now all the members of the church have been calling me, begging me, please come back, come back. But he has never called me once.
He doesn't want
me back.
Now it takes two to tango. I will appreciate where you've taken your stand. Please take your stand there. It is not the pastors or the members of the church that is going to help you to keep your marriage. If the man is ready to come back and is ready to apologize, not to explain away, because there's different and sorry, you are sorry, and you're sorry, money, you're sorry. That is sorry.
That's what they always say. When we fight, they say that tell you sorry.
Then please keep your stand where it is for now. When they are able to convince him, the people that are coming to apologize on his behalf, if they are able to appeal to him or appeal to his subconscious and conscious mind to come back and do proper repentance and penitence, then you can go ahead with the relationship. But for now, please take your stand where you are standing. Is very important, because when a relationship becomes physically abusive, mentally abusive, sexually abusive, emotionally abusive, psychologically abusive, then it's an accident that is about to happen, and we don't want more casualties. Because if he comes back and you hit him and he dies, or vice versa, they will say there's another woman that kills her husband, and nobody knows what transpired before a woman can kill a man. It's I have a lot on my table. That please just keep your stand where it is, and please quote me, keep your stand where it is. When those people that are telling him to come and apologize, and if they're apologizing on his behalf, let him come and apologize himself.
They don't know where I'm saying. They don't call me. They always call me on phone or WhatsApp.
You know what? Make yourself available, because it's always good to respect elders too. Because if you are not careful, they will think you are rude and you are saucy. Nobody knows what you are going through. But with wisdom and with understanding, you put your feet down. By the time it's only here we don't respect professionals. If you genuinely tell someone what you have just told me on air now, nobody will tell her daughter or his daughter to go into an abusive relationship that the man himself that is in charge, that is involved in the relationship, had never said he was sorry. He just said, they told me to come and say sorry, and I'm saying sorry. That is not good enough. Someone is asking on Facebook, is it okay for a woman to be older than a man? It depends on what you want, actually. I've seen people that are older than each other, vice versa, and they are doing very great in relationship. But listen to me, never marry a man you don't respect. Never marry a man you don't honor. Never marry a man that you will not revere. The moment you see a woman insulting and talking down on a man, that is dangerous. It means that you don't respect that man. Please don't marry a man that you don't respect. Can we take one more questions? We are running out of time. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Oriole. My name is
Thank you, sir.
Please, on that one case, please, for God's sake, don't advise that woman to go back to that man's place.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not asking a God to say sorry. The Bible says godliness, the repentance to godliness, it leads to substantial wisdom. Not that they ask me to come and say sorry. That is, the man is sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, I don't want contribution. I just want a question. Honestly, I appreciate that contribution, because it's a man that is talking now, and I'm sure that lady is hearing. If a man is telling you, I should appeal to that lady to take her stand, which I have said, not to go back to that relationship until the man comes to apologize. And you know what? When it comes to somebody that is addicted to violence, in recovery, they have taught us, never listen to an addict, watch their attitude. I've seen people that they get involved in multiple sexual activities. They will come back and say, I'm not doing it again. I'm not going to do it again. I'm sorry. And they still go around the circle until something is done to take them through a recovery process. They cannot change. they will keep going around the circle. Even people that are going through recovery, they still have to go through a relapse, a time that those things will come back and you will still have to struggle again. Not to talk about someone that is not ready to go all the way. This man needs to see a therapist. He needs to see a family therapist. We need to sit down and really reconstruct insight to understand that something is actually wrong and it needs help. And if he's able to do that, of course, rapture is the limit, sky is the starting point. But like that the uncle that has just called, I really appreciate it. It's because that we are limited to time. I want to take all the questions, but I'm still happy that a man actually said don't go back until the man is willing to come back. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon. Where are you calling from? Please, I'm sure you are driving. Can you just park a little and let's just.
No, I didn't drive a car. There's a generator on.
Okay, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, my name is Kazim. Okay, coming from across.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I just want to ask you about the statement you said about the whether a woman will bring you up or Chamber.
Yes, sir. Nǹkan tí mo sọ náà nìyẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, mo láìpẹ́ program yìí kọ́ tí mo kọ́ ẹ ṣe program ẹ̀ ṣe program tó dáa ní tó yẹ kí ọ̀sẹ̀ máa gbọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ sọ náà nìyẹn.
Ẹ ṣe.
Tó bá lè tẹ̀lé pa fún ọkọ ẹ̀ ọkọ ìyàwó bá tilẹ̀ lọ ṣùgbọ́n kó bẹ̀rù ẹ̀ oníbẹ̀ kó tó bá sọ bá tilẹ̀ pọ̀
ẹ ṣe. Ẹ ṣe gan. Àmójúpẹ́ sà, ẹ ṣe sà. Well, we've gone a little bit far today, and we just have to be rounding off. Please, if you have a question, you're bothered about anything, you can send me a text. Please send me a text, and it's also my WhatsApp number. It's 080-232-42389. I will say it again. 080-232-42389. That's my phone number that you can reach me on with your text messages and your questions. Please try not to call, because sometimes the line, I just put it on silence because of the challenge of having to call pick calls over and over again. Well, Crossfire is about to come in to set us on fire once again. And I want to say a very big thank you to all our listeners. No other person appreciates the wonderful, amazing CEO of Fresh FM 105.9. It's no other person, is Evangelist Nkajo Ayefele. I appreciate my producer, Tayo Faleti. DJ Koka is trying to wind me up and tell me to go. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I really appreciate you. Well, we are getting ready for Crossfire. Isaac Brown is on his move. He's backing everybody. It's going to be powerful today. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next week. Thank you. God bless.
Walked 1,000 miles, but still when a spirit's down, she has no time to find.